Buongiorno, buon popolo. Our Sunday readings are provided by a 3-year cycle, prosaically called years A, B and C. Currently, we are in year B, and during the August weeks, the Gospel reading comes from chapter 6 of St. John's Gospel, which begins with the feeding of the 5,000 and then contains a lengthy discourse split over 5 Sundays between Jesus and the leaders of the Jewish religious community. The discourse focuses on bread, and Jesus describes himself as the bread of life. This powerful and emotive image expresses our belief that our faith in Jesus Christ is nourishment for our souls, as important as the food we need to sustain our bodies. To receive the bread of the Holy Communion is a way of reminding ourselves of our spiritual hunger, and I do commend it to you. We are now meeting safely for worship in church on Sundays at 10 a.m. and on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. to receive the bread of the Eucharist, and I trust to enable our souls to be fed by prayer, worship and fellowship. Many people have found a renewed energy in attending worship, perhaps especially because of the rigours of the pandemic, and also because the enforced isolation over the past 17 months has allowed them to consider what is most important in their lives. Before the pandemic, we would have a said Eucharist at 8 a.m. on Sundays and then the parish Eucharist at 9:30 a.m. The PCC will meet in early September, and I hope then we can decide whether to revert to this pattern, or perhaps have the early service at 8 a.m. and the sung service at the new time of 10 a.m. I know a good number of people are natural 8 o'clockers. It does have the merit of enabling participants to share in worship and still have the whole day before them, whereas the later service allows for more opportunity to get together, to share in fellowship, both during the service itself and afterwards at parish breakfast. And this is the other piece of news I'd like to share with you, which is that since last Sunday we have restored parish breakfast after the 10 o'clock service. We are serving tea and coffee and wrapped biscuits in the hall, and the doors are open to enable people to go onto the field and to provide ventilation. And we're also putting out some chairs and tables in the hall for those who are less steady on their legs. I know that this is much appreciated, and it will help us all to begin to feel a little more like normal again. This coming Monday, the 9th of August, the Mothers' Union will hold a service in church at 10:30 a.m. to celebrate the centenary of the death of their founder, Mary Sumner. And we're going to experiment with a further innovation by having 3 hymns and inviting the congregation to sing whilst still wearing their face coverings. Some churches are now doing this routinely, and I'll be very interested to hear whether people find that this is a good thing to do, and when we could look forward to a time when we can sing without face coverings. The government guidelines already permit it, but here at St. Francis Church we have been committed to relaxing our mitigations carefully. So I have no wish to rush this or any other innovation. I would be glad to hear from people what they think and feel secure with doing. We have already proposed that after Monday 16th of August, when the government has said that people who have been double vaccinated no longer need to isolate if they find that they're pinged by the app. So from the Tuesday the 17th of August, it will be possible to receive communion in both kinds. There will be a voluntary chalice, and seating distances will be reduced to only 1 metre apart. If perhaps you haven't yet found your way back to regular attendance, I do invite you to consider coming to church in the next few weeks. Although we will also continue to live stream the Sunday 10 a.m. Eucharist on Facebook and then have it uploaded to YouTube, and to worship on Zoom on Sundays at 5 p.m, as well as daily morning and evening prayer on Facebook at 8:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, so that however we find our souls are nourished, the bread of life is freely available to us to share.